you join me with a new old design motherboard that I really just purchased because I got this CPU right here for 51 Rand. So those of you who know computers may have probably seen that's a socket 2011, which well, yeah, it almost dates back from 2011, and this is the first iteration of it. So it only does Sandy Bridge and Ivy Bridge based processors. Right here I've got I think this is a Sandy Bridge 2640. This board is limited to 95 watts with this very cheap VRM over here. So I think this is the highest clock speed you can get, which was 2.5 to 3 gigahertz. It's a very simple board. It is nice with these green accents. It takes DDR3. So it's a brand new board with the X79 chipset, and at the back your inputs are super limited. 3 double USBs. I hope that's gigabit LAN. Many of these Chinese boards only come out with 100 megabits, but I think this one is gigabit. Sound, PS2, and that's it. There's no onboard graphics. There never was for Socket 2011. Another thing that there also wasn't was coolers. So just to test this thing, I just used this guy, which is a Socket 775 cooler, just like that. Okay, one thing you may have noticed on the motherboard, there was already RAM. This is Artec. It's the cheapest RAM you can buy new. I bought a lot of these on the Black Friday sale last year. I'll take a lot, and it's probably the same vibe as that motherboard. It's kind of like a green color scheme going. Maybe it's the same PCB manufacturer. You can see these. They literally just take old chips from Micron, Hynix, Samsung, Kingston. I think I've seen some of these with Kingston too. Just put it onto new PCB. So that was the RAM. That was probably another maybe 600, maybe 1,000. I'll have to check how much it's taking for RAM. And if you're wondering what glamorous packaging it comes in, let's see, here we got it. This is the board, the box it came in. Doesn't really make a lot of sense what's going on here. Just a brown box with some bubble wrap, obviously that thing, the IO shield, and a SATA cable. Okay, so the cooler arrived for our Socket 2011. This cooler is about half the price of the motherboard, so that is about 10 times as expensive as the processor. And it really is the cheapest cooler I could find that supports the Socket 2011. Some of the previous models from Cooler Master, Antec, even Thermaltake, they are now starting to discontinue that socket and only provide adapters for newer ones like AM5. So here we've got our pretty thick 120mm fan, and it's a cooler and all the brackets. I like the logo. If you look at this, what's going on here? Is this? I tell people this is a very, I know it says cougar and there's probably some cat, but look at it. It looks like a squirrel that was in an accident and its legs just turns into these flailing things. So now it's a very angry squirrel. You go, cougar. Nice. Nice bracketry. This is totally overkill. I'm just trying. I would have wanted an extremely cheap cooler for this CPU, but this is unfortunately what I ended up with. So it's way too nice. Let's see what these brackets look like. Oh my goodness. Some assembly required indeed. Okay, well, they even include a tool to assemble it, but you don't need your own screwdriver. This is one beefy screwdriver without a handle. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you with CPU cooler installations. I've got plenty of videos of that on my channel, so let's just hop right to them. Wow, even got Cougar thermal paste. I'm not going to use this. I've got this massive tube that you may have seen in previous videos, it works just fine. Let's get this going. Okay, so it is X79. Nice. Time is almost right. And the fan runs nice and cool. And I need to find it a nice case. See, all of this costing way more than in that initial 51 Rand CPU that started it. It's madness.